What would happen if the strongest telescope in the past has just demonstrated something that weren't meant to be seen? What if everything we've ever thought about the beginning of our universe, time, reality, and space are collapsing under the weight of new evidence? The James Webb Space Telescope, which was made to look into the first rays of the universe, has now provided data so concerning that a winner of the Nobel Prize physicist has broken his silence with one simple, terrifying message: this is not our universe. What exactly did the James Webb Telescope find at the very outskirts of everything? Also, why are scientists expressing concern that it could alter the very basis of cosmology as we know it? Do you know? Keep an eye out, for what you're about to hear changes everything. In a corner of the sky filled with old light, the James Webb Telescope captured what looked like a simple yellow streak. But when astronomers took a closer look, their assumptions collapsed. It wasn't simply a different galaxy. It was the largest galaxy ever observed, formed only 290 million years after the alleged creation of the universe. But here's the impossible part. It's too massive, too bright, and to evolve to have formed so quickly following the Big Bang. Based on our current theories, there simply wasn't enough time or matter to form galaxies like this in the early universe. And yet, here it is. It's not the only one. Webb has now found dozens more just like it, each one breaking every rule that we believed we understood concerning the early universe, a cosmic paradox. Scientists started to investigate further, and what they found was even stranger. Not only are these early universe objects massive, they are totally alien to anything previously seen. Unlike normal galaxies, which convert approximately 10% of their gas into stars, Webb discovered at least 3 galaxies that have turned their matter into stars in its entirety. No gas, no dust, just pure blazing starlight. This is not only unusual, it's impossible according to each and every model of galaxy development. Thus, scientists are now asking a far more terrifying question. What if these aren't galaxies at all? What if we're not seeing the early universe, but something completely different, a structure from a different dimension, a remnant of a previous cosmos, or an invasion from another dimension altogether? To comprehend the reason for this shaking cosmology to its core, we need to talk about the Hubble sphere and the observable universe. The farther away an object is, the faster it moves away from us due to the expansion of space. At a certain point, called the Hubble sphere, galaxies are getting further away from us faster than the speed of light. Common sense says we shouldn't be able to see those galaxies. Yet, we can. That's because space itself is expanding, and the limit of what we can see keeps stretching. However, beyond that limit lies a region of the universe that we will never reach, and that will never reach us, something terrifying. Even so, the James Webb Telescope is now picking up light from these impossible zones, light that ought to have never made it to us. Which brings us to one conclusion: we are able to see beyond the edge of our universe, and no one knows what lies on the opposite side. The data from Webb is forcing scientists to the unimaginable. What if the universe never started out that way? Nobel Prize laureates are now frank in their criticism of the Big Bang model, because if galaxies could form faster than physics allows, if light can reach us from beyond cosmic boundaries, and if structures appear that defy scale, mass, and time, maybe we've misunderstood everything. Perhaps the early universe isn't so early after all. Maybe what we're seeing isn't a timeline, but a fracture, a location where two universes overlap. Or, even worse, something much more ancient than our universe is bleeding through. No matter what it is, it doesn't fit into our models, and it never has. Among the James Webb Telescope's most overlooked discoveries is not a visual image, but an unusual frequency. While measuring the noise in the background of the universe, the instruments on Webb found a faint rhythmic oscillation, one that does not match any known cosmic phenomenon. It's not a pulsar. It's not gravitational waves. It isn't cosmic distortion of the background microwave. This repeats at precisely regular intervals as though it were made. Some astrophysicists are now referring to it as the eternal beat of the heart. Others are more cautious, implying that it might be the signature of exotic matter, something that could only exist outside of our universe's boundaries. And here's the terrifying part: this frequency is not random. It adheres to a mathematical pattern, as if something or someone encoded it to be discovered. One of the telescope's unexpected findings shows a significant disparity between the things we see and feel. Galaxies located at the farthest distances appear to have enough gravity to bend light, distort space, and even affect surrounding structures. However, no visible matter is in existence. This is not just dark matter, it's something else. Some researchers now believe the Webb is detecting massive shifts in the gravitational field that don't correlate with any known source. These fictitious mass fields function as cosmic fingerprints, pressing down on spacetime from a hidden location. But where are they coming from? Some theorists are starting to put forward the unthinkable. We're seeing the shadow of a collision between our universe and another one. What if there was a mirror image in everything we see that we do not see? Not metaphorically, but physically. A fringe theory once dismissed by mainstream cosmologists is regaining momentum, that there is a universe where time flows the opposite way and the laws of physics apply retroactively to ours. What's changed? The Webb's evidence through the telescope shows behaviors of particles and rotational patterns in galaxies far away that suggest asymmetry, as if two different systems in the universe overlap. It's as though our universe is being pulled in one direction, while another one, just out of reach, is moving in reverse. If true, we may not be alone in the multiverse. We may be entangled with a shadow reality that reflects our own. In a final twist, one of Webb's long-range instruments was tracking a light signature from the edge of the observable universe. It was expected to fade, to disappear forever, like the majority of distant light sources eventually do. But then it reappeared not in the same general direction, not at the same time, but with the same spectral fingerprint, as if the light had been sent out and bounced back from a source. Just now, the telescope had observed an echo from space. But an echo of what? There are only two possibilities. Either the light circled back around the universe's curvature, which would suggest that space is limited and enclosed, or it struck something else, something at the very edge that reflects light and shouldn't be there. The construction of the James Webb Space Telescope was to peer into the past, to reveal how the universe started, but it has done something far more terrifying. It may have shown us that our universe is not alone. The inconceivable galaxies, the mirrored patterns, the phantom masses, the echo, and the pulse each new finding reduces the appearance of certainty. The comforting idea that we know where we are, when we are, and who we are. A Nobel Prize winning scientist cautioned us that this is not our universe, and perhaps that is the truth we were never supposed to meet. Maybe we're lurching to one side or another in a massive, ancient, and indifferent broader reality. A deeper structure, a universe that precedes the universe. So now, the real question isn't whether we're alone in the universe. It's whether we're even in the right location. Let us know in the comments, do you have faith in the James Webb Telescope? Has it already viewed another universe? Or is our comprehension of reality just beginning to crack? Subscribe and turn on notifications because the universe snapped back and whatever is out there has seen us.